Hey everyone, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for Badgers picks for the week of July 29th. We're going to see who's free this week and what 4 champions I'm going to recommend. Free this week, it looks like we're going to get Janna, Katarina, Malphite, Rise, Misfortune, Sona, Orianna, Sejuani, Elise, and Lucian. As for my first pick for this week, I'm going to go with Katarina. Now, Katarina is one of those champions that I have said this before, I think everybody needs to know how to play for a few reasons. A, if you can figure out how to play her well wherever you're currently at in League, you'll usually dominate with her quite easily. Another reason it's nice to play against her, a lot of people think she's just secretly ridiculously overpowered, and that's mostly because they don't know how to get her out of her ultimate. Basically, just save some crowd control for whenever she jumps into a fight to get rid of her that way. You always got to make sure you have something around to get rid of her so she can't use her resets constantly. And that's about it. But Katarina is pretty smart to know how to play, so that's one reason why I'm recommending her for this week. The next champion that I'm actually going to recommend for this week is going to be Orianna, another mid laner, but you can occasionally see her as a support. She's been doing pretty good work recently. She's still in a really good spot, and the other reason why I really want to recommend her is a lot of people have been playing Rengar, and she teams up with Rengar really well for a few reasons. It's mostly because of the invisible ball ultimate, delivery system. Ori gives him the shield, he gets the ball, he goes invisible, he jumps onto the enemy team and they don't see it, and then she ults. That ball gets in there and ults everybody and they don't see it coming. It's a really easy and effective way to get rid of high priority targets. So if you and a friend want to try this out, is a great idea and it works extremely well. My next recommendation for this week is going to be Malphite. Now, Malphite hasn't been seen too much. I still think he's actually in a good spot in the game. Not the most used, and obviously he lacks a bit of damage in the top lane, but as tanks come and go in the top lane meta, he works out fairly well there. He also still does an okay job in the jungle, especially with the new jungling item, giving him even more stats, helping him get even tankier. So Malphite's still a solid pick. I still think he's pretty fun to play, pretty effective, pretty simple ult to use, and if you're really just one of those people who likes to get up in front of the enemy team, his ultimate and just his natural tanky stats helps you do that. And as for my final pick for this week, I'm not going to really mix things up too much. I'm going to go with Rise. Now, Rise is in another really good spot, and he can carry teams late game. He is one of those better late game champions. As he continues to build and grow, he just gets even better and better. He's just really strong. You can take him mid lane, you can take him top lane, and he does a pretty good job against those characters early on in the game like Fizz, who really likes to use their mobility to get around and deal damage. He does a good job of countering that with his Prism. So what you can do is pretty much play him, get farmed, stack up, and play it out, and you're probably going to win if you can get past the 35-minute mark. Those are going to be your free champions for this week, for the week of July 29th, and continuing on afterward. Play any of these champions that you want to play as well, apart from the ones that I may have recommended. I picked a lot of mids this week, but there's some pretty strong ones in here. You can also try 2 of those top as well. So you have some choice in here to try out. Obviously, like I say, play any of them to learn them and get to know them the best. As always, too, if you click on any of these right now, if there's a box for them, it will take you to some sort of a build for them, whether it is an updated quick build or just a normal build for them. You can click on these right now and it will take you to there. But until next time, just good luck out there this week on the fields of justice.